then there was 4.
Wow.
Right, good evening. Welcome to Let's Talk Trek, the UK's #1 premiere 9 o'clock on a Sunday Star Trek panel show. There is other shows available at other times who are probably better, but we're the best at our time slot. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic, thank you, Dan. How are you?
Yeah, I'm surviving. How are you, James?
I'm all right. All right. If anyone would like 2 children, they are available free to a good home. And I'd like to give a shout out to my son who impressed me this evening by running full pelt down the bed, hitting the footplate, and then executing a perfect aerial somersault before landing on his back on the floor.
Impressive.
Can I give a shout out to my cat, which is currently behind you to your right?
This is your cat, and this is mine that's not working.
Yeah. I'd like to give a big shout out to Carl, who I am assured today his son has now rejected him in favour of one of our friends, Amelia.
Yes.
And he would much rather have Amelia than Carl at the moment.
Yes.
So Carl's son is, how old's William now? 3?
He's 3 before in a couple of weeks.
So he's 3 and he's already on the pull for girls. So what a lad.
Yep. Legend.
Obviously didn't pick it up off you.
Ooh.
How rude.
I think that's a bit harsh. Just because Carl is ginger and northern doesn't mean that he's not a ladies' man.
He's like a more northern Mick Hucknall. Right.
There are no words.
Go on, Carl.
We're really pleased to have you back, Carl. I love you.
Carl, give us a rendition of Money's Too Tight to Mention.
What's the famous Mick Hucknall song? Did he do that?
Fairground.
Fairground. And I love the thought of giving a hope to you. That one.
I just love the thought of going home from work.
of leaving us and never coming back because we're mean to you.
Well, Carl, as you're back on the show and I'm concentrating on a lot of stuff, can you put some comments up? You can do the driving because you got
yes, I'm sure I can manage
Right.
that. So here we go then. Good
What
evening,
ho,
Gary.
Yes, sir.
What?
Val. How you,
Oh,
Val? I love the way that you've got your legs open in that picture.
Yes,
She don't care.
that's a very big chair.
Yeah, massive.
Can we book in a rendition of Valerie for Val at some point as well?
How does it go?
We have the Zootons version, though, because that's far better than the other one.
The Zootons version of Valerie.
Yeah.
The original version, not the Amy Winehouse
Oh,
rip-off.
Amy Winehouse one.
Oh, what ho, Vicky.
Hello, Vicky. Hello, Ben.
Ben in the room. We have
Why don't you
Christoph.
come on over, Valerie. That one. Why don't you come on over, Valerie?
Good evening, Mark.
Better.
I'm sure James and I could do it much better. We can do that for you next week.
Okay, we'll do that. Hi, David.
Hey, Wamoo. By the way, if you're watching, that's not a giant M&M. That's a blood donor, blood droplet from a European country. Did I dream that? Did that happen on the show? James, did that happen on the show we did, didn't it?
Now,
Yeah.
Yes, it did. Yeah, last week.
I would like to say a big thank you to the boys for James and Richard for the show last week, which I've watched back and was very well executed. However, I would like to just raise a couple of housekeeping points, if possible.
You don't get to criticise our show when you didn't turn up.
Really, I'm not criticizing.
Oh dear, we seem to have lost Dan.
Is this about the Willy Copter?
No, I'll tell you what it's about. Let me find it. So Facebook has this thing about Facebook likes to put auto comments on stuff. It auto.
Oh, yes, it does. Yes.
Oh, is this the subtitles job I'm going to do?
It is the subtitles stream we do. So imagine my surprise when I'm in work on whatever day it was, Monday or Tuesday, and I'm not really paying that much attention to it, but I've got the subtitles on. So I've not really got the audio on, if that makes sense.
Well, the subtitles should work fine because James and I speak English.
Yes, but imagine my surprise when I look up from my work office computer and I see this. And order like a fillet of fish, like a bag of carrot. And I'm just like,
Yeah, well, we did actually have that discussion. We were talking about who is that guy who goes into McDonald's and orders the filet of fish. Has anyone
Yes.
ever ordered it?
yes.
And I said,
am.
like, the same guy that orders a bag of carrots.
And then, to my surprise, this pops up.
Take it down. Dan's going to... Well, yeah. I mean, I don't remember what that was for, but
Oh dear Lord.
it seems perfectly reasonable, that one. Yeah.
Have I been gone so long that I've forgotten what we do?
Oh,
Look,
so-
this cat here is bullying this one because he keeps hitting him on the head. Look,
Just mean.
James, all of a sudden, your incoming video there looks like your browser history. I've never seen that many pussies.
Oh, sehr gut.
Hang on. As his IT support man, did you not sign a non-disclosure agreement? James, being a
You're
solicitor, if you didn't make him sign one, that's a huge oversight on your part.
They're all tapping each other.
Oh,
Hey,
Anne-Marie in the room.
Anne-Marie.
Good evening,
Is this-
Anne-Marie.
Is this what's meant by browser cookies?
Yes, that is a browser.
Everyone's seen the cartoon of the Cookie Monster going, delete all cookies? Oh, no!
Did you hear what's his job was on Roy Kent from Ted Lasso
Yes.
was on Sesame Street doing
Yes.
the letter F. He really was. Brilliant. Hey Stefania, Jacaranda, I love it. Hey Anne-Marie, hey Wamu, yes, blood donation people at the Belfast in Belfast to get people donate blood help. Yes, we established this last. I always thought you were a Malteser, like from the advert. Oh no, an M&M. Sorry. Yeah.
Although we're not going to take away from the very important thing that blood donation is a very important thing, and we
As
have
is organ donation.
and we have the utmost respect for anyone that does do this thing.
And sperm donation.
Yeah. Right. So we're a Star Trek show, and I think I remember how the order goes. So the order goes: we're not doing James with cocktails. Instead, tonight I'm drinking because
You can.
I can't. And that was full at the beginning.
Cheers.
So
Now, as
Well,
our
you do.
regular viewer might have noticed, when our show coincides with a Liverpool game, I tend to be a little bit more merry.
Richard is, of course, referring to association football.
Yes. And Liverpool had a good game and a good victory today. And I have been drinking and celebrating and such and so forth. So
Very slight intoxication. I'm
okay. So this now brings on a Star Trek subject I'd like to discuss.
Oh,
let's do that.
So
we did that
Picard,
last week, didn't we, Richard? We talked about Star Trek a lot.
Picard is in a robot body, and we know
Right.
that Picard in the future.
Oh, Picard is a rusty robot.
Picard in the alternate timeline was also a robot after the
you don't want to see
killing
him
of,
if they lose with him.
after the killing of Gul Dukat.
Yeah.
As a robot, can he get pissed?
Well, is he
Well,
still
I
a robot
think
in this alternate timeline? We're not entirely certain, are we?
Yes, he is.
Yes,
Yeah,
he is.
that's
That,
been
that was established in episode 2.
Mm.
But I think
Was it?
before we tackle that very difficult subject,
Can Picard get hungover? He is now a robot.
I think we need to address the biggest problem of they put Picard into a golem. Fair play. If any of you were to be put into a golem and you're in your 90s, would you not have the raving arsehole if they stuck you into a golem that was also in its 90s?
Well, Picard did say, didn't he? I wouldn't have minded an extra couple of decades.
Yeah.
Or even give you super strength or laser beam eyes or something.
Or
But just to go-
iron springs for legs.
we've actually
Boing.
or springy legs. We've actually just put you into an old knackered body, so there's no upgrade.
Hello to Claire, who's just said the Rusty Robot reference was lost on everyone, but she appreciates it.
Yes, because we hear it every day here at Dylan Towers.
Can we have another rendition, James?
Picard is a rusty robot. Happy?
But as to whether he can get drunk or not, yes, he can. He can feel the full effects of. He's not immune to any sort of drugs or intoxicants. He's essentially just a human that can short out a defibrillator for comedic effect when it calls for it.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Yeah.
So there we are. Have I answered your question in fullness, Dan?
You have answered my question in fullness. Now,
Any more Star Trek I can help you with?
Yes. Should we play a game?
Yes.
Should we play the game of surprise?
Oh, yes. This week on Collectible Corner, this is a one-of-a-kind Star Trek Online battle bridge simulator. If you look closely, you can see there's all the quantum torpedoes, evasive maneuvers. It's all there. There's all 5 phasers. Look, it's all there. One of a kind. So when you're playing Star Trek Online, rather than having to move your mouse about, you can just bang and whack the key, and that will do your jobby, your skill tree.
Right.
So this is the only one in existence. It was built partially from scratch from eBay by someone who built it, you can use this to play Star Trek Online. I used it initially to play Star Trek Online with my children so they could participate in the game. I'd be the captain. I'd say, balance power to the shields, or put power to the weapons, or I would say emergency shields, or such and so forth. You get the idea. It enables your children to participate in the game. Now, thanks to this, my children are playing the game without my input whatsoever. They do it between the two of them. So, so that's what this is.
Cool.
Have any of you ever seen something like this before?
It's very similar to the Elgato Stream Deck.
It is, except this cost about £8. And it doesn't have light up buttons. We have done. We actually had on the Riker's Beard set in one of the Folkestone ones. We actually had a touchscreen display.
You turn it up to a tablet, Richard. And I the red alert klaxon.
Yeah, and people could fire things off. But we could probably build this into a chair or something, and you could push a button. If anyone out there plays Star Trek Online, then you can probably bid for this if I put it on eBay, or you could get your own.
That begs the question of what it might be worth then.
Well, yes, this is what I'm alluding to. So, Carl, I don't know if you've ever played Star Trek Online, but if you have done, what would you give to have this in your arsenal?
I haven't played Star Trek Online. However, what I did used to play was Starfleet Academy, and something like that during the navigation part of it, when you're trying to balance, like you say, balance the power between different systems, would have been absolutely incredible. So I reckon with the appropriate printed overlay, etc., maybe even a customizable template, you might be able to stretch to about 3,000 pence for that.
Oh well, I paid 800 pence. for this. It's made. I got it. I looked into building my own. I thought, what's the point? I can buy it off of eBay.
Well,
It's
yeah.
an Arduino kit with a USB interface.
Mm.
Plug straight in. It's cheap. It's simple because it's basically a key binder. If you're going to use it with a free program called Joy to Key, which, to be honest with you, if you're playing Star Trek Online, you should use anyway because it can tie lots of buttons together and save a lot of time. And yeah, it makes it more fun to play, essentially with friends. And you can plug as many of these into your PC as you want. So you could have a console for engineering, you could have a console for tactical, a console for science, and have a Star Trek party. You know, man of different stations. So there we are.
So it's that's very good. That's very cool.
Was the surprise sufficient for you, Dan?
It was.
Carl, let's fist bump. There we are.
So I'm not going to go into the reasons why. It's just a bit. I'm happy to say I'm having a bit of a tough time. It's probably what I'm happy to say online at the moment. And if anyone's got any good suggestions of Star Trek episodes I should be watching to cheer me up, put them in the comments because I'm running out of ideas what to watch. So,
well, I was going to mention this evening.
Yeah. What's going on?
The moment.
I'd like to point out that Carl's also in a really dark place at the moment as well.
Oh, I was. Something rather bizarre is happening.
Virus again.
At present, I'm struggling very much to fill the Ted Lasso-shaped hole in my life, and there's not a particular Star Trek episode I could recommend to you to cheer you up. But if anyone has the opportunity, I know that you three gentlemen do, to watch a program called Young Rock. It's equally as fulfilling. It's probably my favorite non-Star Trek program at the moment I'm watching. It's really nice.
I would recommend you find the novel How Much for Just the Planet and read that, because that will have you rolling around laughing.
Talking of Ted Lasso, which Richard just brought up, we have a regional chat in my day job. It's like a WhatsApp chat where everyone chats. And whenever anyone's doing something good at the moment or something, hits their target, I just put it's a single GIF I put up, which is Ted tapping the sign that says "Believe." So that's what everyone now gets a "Believe" sign. Just sent to them.
Yeehaw!
It was like
riding the grass,
I have tree.
Well, ding dong, you ding bongs. I can't wait for Ted Lasso season 3. I need it in my life so much.
Let's have a look. It says to watch Lower Decks. You know what? It's not a bad show. I might rewatch Lower Decks.
Orville. Go watch the Orville. That's always fun.
Oh, the Orville. That's soup for the soul, isn't it? That's lovely. That's really good.
Yeah. I watched the episode where the Ferengi had kidnapped Waxana Troy the other day.
Oh, when you get to see Marina Sirtis naked. And Majel Barrett.
Yin and yang.
Not fussy. Oh, which way round are you? Who's your yin and who's your yang in that scenario?
It's a Wesley Heavy episode, though. Don't forget that.
But you do get to see Picard quoting Shakespeare, so.
My love is a fever.
Go on.
No, I can't remember the rest of it. It's Sonnet 137.
It's hanging.
Should I compare these to Summer's Day?
Instead of that, let's have James read us the T's and C's.
Oh, lovely.
No, James said last week that these are utter rubbish that we don't need to do, so let's not do them anymore. I watched the show last week, remember? The one that might stop us getting shouted at by CBS. Let's do it, James. Can you do it in the style of Sir Patrick reciting Shakespeare?
I can. You may have to slow the text down a bit.
I don't have any slowness controls.
You don't have that ability.
All right. Well, I'll do my best. I can't even see them. They're off my screen. Hang on, I'll go out of full screen. There we go. Bring them back up. Let's Talk Trek is not endorsed, sponsored, or affiliated with CBS Studios Inc., Paramount Pictures Corp., or the Star Trek franchise. Star Trek, registered trademark, and its various marks are trademarks of CBS Studios Inc. Now, how about Hull Football Club?
Shenanigans on that. We are in no way associated with Star Trek. We're a Star Trek show. How can we not be in any way associated? Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date. Sometimes too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often his gold complexion is dimmed, and every fair from fair sometimes declines, by chance or nature's changing course untrimmed, by the eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession
I mean,
Come on, finish it off.
of that fair thou hast, nor shall death brag thou wanderest in his shade, when eternal lines to time thou growest, so long as men can breathe, or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
I mean, it's better than any quote I can sort of give off the top of my head. Yeah. How do you make a crew want to get off a nuclear submarine? How do you... Yeah.
If intention is to defect, signal.
My mouse is still rusty, Mr. Ryan. I might be sending dimensions on Playmate of the Month.
Give me a ping for Shelley. One ping only, please.
One ping only.
Re-verify our range to target.
One ping only.
You may be able to gather, if you're in the comments, that we all like the movie Red October.
Yes, it's a good film.
And it's on Netflix.
Oh, who's your favourite Jack Ryan?
Oh, it's Harrison Ford, obviously.
Oh, he's your number one, is it? I
I
mean,
mean,
it's got to be
it's got to be Baldwin, hasn't it?
Oh no. Actually, I liked Chris Pine. I thought his Jack Ryan. I thought it wasn't the greatest film, but I thought he did Jack Ryan really well.
Well, here's a Star Trek connection for you. In one of the Harrison Ford Jack Ryan films, his wife is played by Gates McFadden.
Yes. In The Hunt for Red October. It's in The Hunt for Red
Chris
October.
Pine connection wasn't enough.
Is it? I thought it was one of the Harrison Ford ones.
No, it's The Hunt for Red October.
I'm sorry, Richard. Of course, Chris Pine is a small Star Trek connection there. Yeah.
Just a little one.
And let's not forget, isn't it Red October's got Tim Curry in it as well?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
As the Doctor.
The Russian
Marvel.
political
Tim-
officer.
Oh, isn't Tim Curry just marvellous? Isn't he? Especially when he's wearing spandex and a corset and suspenders. Oh, or the robes of a cardinal.
Right, so can we go into the comments then? So Keith has asked us twice, any more news on the rumours that Jack Rogers will be appearing in season 2 of Picard?
Oh, I have a question. Who's Jack Rogers?
Yeah, who's Jack Rogers?
Well, you can probably derive from that, as far as we're aware, we don't even know who he is. Therefore, we're not aware of any rumours relating to him.
Tim Curry is always, he is. You've got to watch The Three Musketeers. Honestly, he's the best Cardinal Richelieu. He's absolute.
All for one and more for me.
More for me.
All for one and stop the rest.
Hang on a minute. Did Carol Mason just say Tim Curry was? It wasn't until only earlier this year that you witnessed the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I mean, how would you know?
Richelieu, you swine, on guard.
In fact, you know what? I think I've just talked myself into it in my own head. I think to cheer myself up tonight, I'm going to go and watch The Princess Bride because it's a great film.
Ooh.
Not a bad show.
It's a good film. It's not Trek, but it's a
No, but there's a Trek connection.
Go on.
Well, what was just said? Inconceivable.
The Grand
Yes,
Nagus.
Grand Nagus.
Yes.
From Nagus is it? Yes.
Never get into a land war in Asia. And never fight against a Sicilian when death is on the line.
Never fight in salt marshes.
What about the ROUSs?
Yes, I think
ROUSs? Rodents of unusual sizes.
yes, I think Princess Bride might be the watch to watch. Right, so we are 26 minutes in and we've hardly talked Star Trek. So shall we
I'm
start?
gonna be
Inconceivable.
medical notes. You're lucky.
Behold the cliffs of insanity!
Right, let's have a chat then. So we're going to talk Picard. So if you haven't seen this week's
Ooh, let
Picard,
me get my Picard drinking hat on.
Carl, have you seen this week's Picard?
I have. I finished watching it about 10 seconds before I joined the stream.
So it's fresh in the mind.
Well, Sweep's got his review.
Okay.
Really? Well, but what about the bit where Jurati stands at the top of the stairs, Sweet? Surely that's.
Sweep just.
I'm not sure I can agree with Sweep on that one.
Right, let's do it. Let's put some slides up and talk about Picard.
Next slide, please.
The Larch.
Ooh. You will admire, of course, our new beautiful slide background here, which is
I like it.
very galaxy.
Same background I've got on my Star Trek guitar.
I'll probably start it from the same free wallpaper site you did. Right, so this week Picard and Guinan find themselves detained, I think is the correct word. It's not. They're in an FBI field office in the basement with a guy who's
So unimportant that he only has a basement.
yeah, more or less. Now, where have we seen this FBI officer has played another Star Trek character? Who was it?
See,
He was a time agent. Was he Temporal Investigations in Deep Space Nine?
He was.
I was just about to make a very similar comment, Vicky.
None of you big move, FBI, FBI.
Alan would like to point out very quickly that Ned Vaughan, Timothy Carhart, Daniel Davis, and Gates were all in Trek and Red October. So,
Alan, we can always rely on you.
it's a goddamn chef.
He also cooks. Oh, I haven't seen Under Siege in a long while.
Oh, Under Siege.
Oh, do you remember when she pops out
No.
cake? Oh, what an ass.
Where's my gun? There we go.
I think we need a lad weekend to watch some lad films.
Oh,
Lord.
watch Under Siege. Watch old Steven Seagal go. I also cook. Brilliant.
I think we're going to watch. We should have a weekend of just watching films, and we'll watch Under Siege, Red October, and I'm going to throw in.
Die Hard!
I was going to throw in The Rock. The Rock's a great film.
Oh, The Rock.
The Rock.
The Rock.
Oh, The
That's a
Rock.
great
Because
film.
Michael Bean's in that as well. The Rock is just awesome. Well, I'll have a bit of The Rock. Absolutely. And also, there's missiles in it, all sorts.
Anyway, back to Picard. So, yeah.
I mean, we're still on this
Yeah,
slide.
there's a lot on this setup, baby.
I mean, I'm going to come out there and say it because I've been criticised frequently for being a bit negative about Star Trek Discovery on this show, and I always say it's a case of I'm not negative. I don't think any of us are negative, but if you can be constructive about what can make Trek better, then you're obliged to say it. And if I'm honest with you, I think the last 3 episodes of Picard could probably have been 1 episode. I'm not saying I haven't enjoyed them, but the last 3 episodes have felt like they could have been 1 episode. This episode again, I felt like I was treading water.
What's worrying me is how quick we're getting through this season.
2 episodes left.
Yeah. Richard's right. It's like they're dragging it out. It's obviously to go towards season 2 now. I think it's season 3. I think there's got to be a link.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be a standalone season like season 1 was. I think 2 and 3 are going to have to link up now because of the time remaining. And that's where I'm at. So,
well, Delancey's in season 3 as well, isn't he?
Who?
Delancey.
Yeah, John Delancey's in season 3.
Yeah. So there's blatantly going to be an open-ended part to one of the plots of this season anyway.
Yeah. Now, let's move on from this one on to...
See, I was kind of hoping when they started going down the whole route of this guy as a little lad encountered the Vulcans, I was kind of hoping they were going to do a bit more with him than have him as the guy that leaves the door open for them to get out.
I was disappointed they didn't bring in T'Pol and the others from Clearwater Creek, Coldwater Creek, Carbon Creek.
Carbon Creek.
Yeah,
Carbon Creek.
That was a missed opportunity. Perhaps Definitely. They couldn't get them to do it. You don't know the details, but it was a missed opportunity, it felt. So
now,
50s. Carbon Creek.
I noticed something in this scene. I'm not sure if you've seen it. This is the boring techie side of me. Looked at this. So they're in a holding room, which I would argue is the same set that Rios was held in at the ICE interrogation center because it looks very much like the same set piece.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the sealed door. And conveniently, here's the fuse box that controls it. So let's just turn the fuse off. Yeah.
I have to admit, while I was watching this scene, when it was just Picard and the interrogator in the room together, I have to admit, Picard sat there. I'll do it sideways on because he's got a good haircut like me, just like this.
Very much like that in this clip.
You're not a Cardassian. There aren't 4 lights. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
What are you going to do? There are 4
Trust me.
lights. Like,
trust me, it doesn't intimidate me in the slightest.
He played it so well. It's actually, I've been here like with someone better than you. So whatever you're going to do, I'm not bothered. Whatever.
That's the trouble. No one takes the time to do a really sinister interrogation anymore.
Good call.
You looked a little bit more Sir Ben Kingsley there than Patrick Stewart, if I'm honest.
No. Make me look like a Reich.
So, yes. So let's have a look. Christoph says, in my opinion, there are lots of missed opportunities in regard to season 2, but the season ain't over yet.
This is true.
I get exactly what you're saying, Christoph, and I think that's why I feel personally why it's been treading water for the last 3 episodes. Like those 3 episodes could have been 1 episode. It's like they've padded it out and they're dropping this Easter egg here and they're dropping this Easter egg there, and you kind of feel there's a missed opportunity here and that. I don't know. I don't know if it's because they wrote a great story but they felt it wasn't enough episodes, so they have padded it out deliberately, and that's showing. Or I don't know. I can't believe they didn't run out of ideas. I mean, I don't know. But obviously, CBS, if you're watching, take this on board. I mean, we've had this conversation before. This is a serious conversation, and again, we've been criticised for criticising Discovery. But if you're going to make it better, and I genuinely do believe this. So season 3 of Picard has already wrapped. Is that right? They've already done it.
Yeah, they finished making it. Yeah.
So that means they can't take any criticism on board from season 2. Do you see my problem here? I mean, if you read any of the production notes,
there's going to be no evolution of the series from season 2 to 3.
I mean, if you watch, for example, Chaos on the Bridge that Shatton did about TNG, they reacted every week. They reacted every week to audience feedback and criticism, but where they're doing it now and their season 3 is wrapped, no matter how season 2 is going to be received, they can't take any of it on board,
Yeah.
and I think that's damaging it. I really do.
I mean, I'm going to put this in here at this point. It's a good point to put this in. I'm ready for the return of episodic Trek. I'm ready. I'm ready for Strange New Worlds to do episode of the week, and not this convoluted storyline that's taken 2 to 3 seasons. I want TNG's type Trek back again. I want TOS type Trek.
I think Enterprise got the balance right because DS9 did it the best, but they had a unique storyline because they had the war, and you can't just do a long war again. That it's been done. Enterprise said, "Well, okay, we'll do a season-long one with the Xindi," and it worked. But people were like, "It's not as good as like DS9." So, sadly, it was the last season 4 of Enterprise. They went for the whole 3-episode story arc, and then a 3 episode, and that worked for me. I was satisfied with that. I thought that was the perfect balance. I'd love to see like a sort of 2 to 3 episode story arc over a season of say 12 episodes, and that would work for me.
I mean, how many of our favorite episodes of before what I would call new Trek, so pre-Discovery, how many of your favorite episodes are 2-parters?
Oh, absolutely,
across any of them.
Chain of Command, you know.
And
how many did you want to be 2-parters that weren't, like the Pegasus, and you know?
Yeah.
Imagine yesterday's Enterprise as a 2-parter.
Oh, that should have been a 2-parter. Should have been a 2-parter.
Pegasus, I think they realised it should have been a 2-parter, and they levered it into the Enterprise.
You'll upset a lot of people. There's a lot of strong feelings about that.
Episodes that felt like they were 2-part written and then squeezed into one episode, I could do an entire show on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Was it the hunt? The one where they're looking for the genetic code.
Oh, the chain.
That's a movie.
But that feels like that should have been a lot longer, and that was
it was. I'm glad it didn't because it was horrible.
Condensed down, you know. Some good 2-part episodes.
But yes, but to my original point, though, I mean, it really does. The problem I have is I'm sure that the writers that work for CBS and the producers are watching this show now and are thinking, oh my God, it's too late. Because we've already wrapped season 3. We can't take on board what these incredible Star Trek critics are talking about. So it's and that's the problem. I do think it is a problem. I really do believe it is a problem.
Editing can change everything. Alan's right. You know, with editing, this show could look, slick and professional. Right, let's move on. Guinan uses the Force to appear to Picard. That's the only way I can describe this.
Where are the midi-chlorians?
Guinan is now a Force ghost. Don't ask. Watch it.
Beverly might hear.
Yeah, let's move on. Raffi and Seven are on the hunt for Jurati, who is everyone now knows is becoming a Borg queen. Raffi and Seven have a bit of a moment where, you're in touch with the Borg, you're distant because that's how you were raised. Rah rah rah. Touchy feeliness going on. Yeah. Did anyone else?
Yeah, it's a bit boring, wasn't it?
Yeah. I've not got slides of the interesting bit, ironically, because they're hard to get hold of. We obviously
seen in Short Circuit where Johnny Five raids a Radio Shack to rebuild himself. That's kind of what Jurati's doing in this episode, isn't it?
Yeah, that's in Short Circuit 2, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've not seen that for a long time.
That didn't have Steve Gutenberg in it.
No, it didn't. It was very disappointing.
Newton Crosby is the first one.
I'm all up for Destination Star Trek this year. If people want to cosplay as Agnes Jurati in a red dress with Doc Martens, I've got no issues with that. Yeah. I've got issues with it all of a sudden.
Can we cosplay as Johnny Five?
7 or 5, 5 or 5.
No assimilate.
Input. Need
Moving
input.
on.
Hey,
So,
7 or
yeah.
9. Your board queen was a snowblower.
Right.
So so this is the scene. I mean, it had to happen. We had to have Guinan one-on-one with Q. I think it worked because they were so far apart. It was kind of like a Doctor Who with Doctor of the Song moment, no spoilers. It kind of worked for me. I haven't met you yet, or God, I'm trying to vaporize you. It's I wanted a bit more. I wanted this to be the start of their feud for some reason. They had an opportunity in this scene to put some substance to why they knew each other and why they hated each other. Again, felt a bit like a missed opportunity to me. But there we are. Obviously, I'm the only one that feels this way.
No, I mean, you're right. There was a lot going on in this scene. In that,
Yeah.
You're the one who issued. It's the fact that in TNG, Guinan makes out that she knows Q.
She does.
Q, because in this scene, we're seeing the first meeting of these two people. Oh, you're the Guinan. He already knows her from a different perspective in time, and it's like like Richard said with River Song, it's very much like that. But the fact that he was able to sort of open up to her, explain that he was,
The thing is, on the assumption that either at the end of season 2 or season 3, everything is saved and goes back to normal, then she won't remember this anyway.
That's very true. I hadn't considered that, Cole.
So,
but then doesn't she? But she can sense. We know that she can sense temporal.
She can sense
discrepancies
in timelines, yeah, but she doesn't know exactly what, does she? So if you think back to yesterday's,
and we certainly know that Q does, and he flips between whatever.
Yeah, and
I've got to admit the way that Trek is written these days across Discovery, across Picard, everything's a metaphor for something. And the thing that popped into my head in this scene was, what are they using Q as a metaphor for this season? That's the thing that popped into my head. But I did only finish watching the episode about 40.
I think we've
not had time to contemplate it yet.
We've got to see it to its conclusion to figure that one out. But certainly he's what I would call a baddie. He's a baddie. He's certainly the way he's teeing up.
I loved his comment in this, saying that it's not the trap that's important, it's the escape that counts. Love that.
We know that Q's lost his power to sort of click his fingers and do stuff.
Yes, he was trying to vaporize her the whole time.
Yes, I would have liked to have seen what he had to do to get hold of an FBI jacket, to walk into an FBI command center, to get in. Did he creep in? Did he put someone in a choke lock? What we missed all of that fun stuff.
Yeah, they've had missed opportunities for John Delancey to have fun throughout this series. The initial one, he appeared to Picard in and slapped him and stuff. It was shocking, but it wasn't fun. And what we all associate with the Q and John Delancey is normally a bit of fun. Flowers for Jean-Luc Picard. We've had none of that, and I think that's sorely missing.
It would have been fun to see a mariachi band show up at the FBI headquarters and then Q sort of creeping behind them.
Do you think in the end it'll be Picard and the reunion of the TNG crew that actually save Q?
I think Picard.
Calling it.
All right, if we're going to call season 3, I'm calling this the end season of season 3. We've seen the trailer. We've seen Picard writing that letter. In fact, let's watch that season 3 trailer one more time.
what greater challenge is there to humanity than to save Q?
Right.
To redeem Q.
Here we go. So, trailer season 3. Let's do that first, which I think is this one.
Roll VT.
Once upon a
Not that one at all. Let's go.
Oh,
Let's go with this one.
I am not a man who needs a legacy.
I think back on those days on the Enterprise and all that danger we rushed into.
Those were the days.
Evolution is not an act of preservation, it's addition.
It is clear sacrifice is required again.
Jean-Luc, when the galaxy comes calling, you love it.
Aren't we a little overdue for a good old-fashioned road trip?
I promise you will not be alone.
Ready?
As ever.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
Really
basically just
really depressing thought. But do any of you think that the TNG crew are just not going to make it out of season 3 alive?
So here's my
The tone of that trailer, starts off with Picard going, "I'm not a man who needs a legacy." It's almost that the whole tone of that trailer is as if they're all about to give up everything for something.
Right. So my season 3 one, it's gonna end with something along the lines of Q and Picard going off together as frenemies. They've been friends and enemies throughout. The expression that Data used was, Q often uses you like a master views a pet, a beloved pet.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll be Q's going
That
to
was only an analogy, sir.
offer Picard the ability to go and explore the galaxy in a new and exciting way with him, and they're going to do it together as a job.
I think the only way they're going to be able to save Q is to make a mass sacrifice of themselves for some reason.
I think my theory is that Q's going to be resolved this season, but next season we're going to find out what it was that was killing Q, and that's going to be the big baddie for season 3, and Q's going to possibly have to help them in season 3 to find out what it is that's killing the Q and whatever.
So you hear Brent Spiner's voice in that trailer, but it's definitely not as Data.
No, definitely
That's Adam Sung. That's Adam Sung without a shadow of doubt.
I think they might flip it so that the Enterprise D was never destroyed and they're still on it.
No, I'm going to go with. I think the Borg become all powerful with Jurati as queen, and it's her knowledge that's being used to kill the Q, and they're joined together.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting because we know that the Queen's got temporal awareness, don't we?
And we know that Jurati in the Mirror universe was a specialist in captured species, and one of the species that had been captured and practically eliminated was the Borg. So if you can do that to the Borg, why can't you capture the Q? Because they're still a species.
They're a bit too omnipotent to be captured, surely.
It's difficult to work in a group when you're omnipotent.
Right, next slide. Boosh! Oh, right, let's rewrite First Contact.
Yeah, the Vulcans have been on Earth how many times?
Yeah.
Well, we know in Carbon Creek that they'd been there for a while.
They left Velcro.
That's it. We know a few of them got stuck.
Yeah, it's. I don't think this is rewriting too much. Again, it feels like missed opportunity, but
Yeah, we all agree this is a very fillery bit. Moving on. Oosh! Right, Adam Sung finding solace.
I think Brent Spiner played this scene brilliantly.
Yes.
Got to see a side of his
very
acting
good.
that you've never had a chance to see before. It was fantastic.
That's me on a Friday, about 5 o'clock.
Yeah, but that's not apple juice, James.
No, that's
So with that same expression of "Oh, thank God, it's Friday" on your
that's about
face.
it.
To be honest, it looks a lot like me at 9 o'clock on a Monday as well.
9 a.m.
9 a.m. Yeah.
Yeah.
More of the same.
I mean, Adam Sung's not having the easiest time of it, is he? Let's be honest. His daughter has
Well,
found
he's
out.
not. Again, let's be honest. He's not blame free.
Why? He gave life to a daughter. He tried to better
He
humanity.
gave life to many daughters.
I'm with Dan on this one. I don't think he's done anything wrong. I really don't. What he's doing now is wrong, but leading up to this, I don't think he's done out wrong.
He drives an eco car. He's got a Tesla, which is great
Yeah.
for people.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's not
like
as
we've
quite
always
as
said, that's
righteous
going to be the new
as-
villain's car.
he's not as quite as righteous as a Prius driver, but you know,
I mean, he's given Elon Musk money, which you've got to sort of hold that against him. But
I like Elon Musk.
really,
Yes,
He sounds like he's an aftershave, really, doesn't he?
he is.
I mean, I've got nothing
He's
against him.
more than
Elon
Elon
Musk-
Musk.
The trouble is, Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, and without sounding like a communist, there is a very small percentage of the people on this planet who've got enough wealth to solve most of the
Oh
problems.
God, a socialist talk.
Here we go. I'm not being a socialist, I'm being a realist.
Yes.
And if anybody has got an underground bunker where they're growing daughters, it's Elon Musk, let's be honest.
I couldn't agree more.
Hey, doesn't he look a lot like Hannibal out of the E-Team there?
Not really,
Love it when a
no.
plan comes together.
There's no cigar. If only we had a cigar for reference.
Ooh! Red dress Girardi.
Not just a red dress, but a torn red dress that looks like she's
Tattered
been
red dress.
taken in a hedge.
A red dress.
Yes.
Yes,
It
you're on
always
the
makes you
social
wonder, why is it that billionaires and trillionaires in shows can have an evil lair like this one? How do you get planning permission on a builder for that? What I need you to do, I need you to build me an underground bunker, and I need to have a genetic lab on this side. Oh yeah, we'll do that, and no one will know anything about it.
Do you
All
really
the
think
builders
the
are
evil?
pay people off,
You really
don't
think the evil genii of the world ask for permission?
Yeah, they do. They just pay for it because they're
Yeah,
rich.
but there's always going to be a builder that knows about this.
No, you kill the builder. You
You
kill
can't
the
kill
builder.
that use it as a lair. It's not in keeping with the neighbourhood.
So this is what you so if you've got enough money, you build yourself a nuclear bunker in case the zombie apocalypse happens. Of course you do. But the problem is the people who built it know it's there. So once they've built it, kill them.
Eliminate them.
Eliminate. Yeah. Or wipe their memories if you've got a wipe your memory gun.
Eliminate them.
Yeah.
I'll be really disappointed at the end of this
There it
season
is.
though, if someone doesn't do a video compilation of all the Girardi moments wearing that dress with the background song from Christopher. I'll be really disappointed if I don't see that doing the
I'll
rounds.
be really disappointed if Richard doesn't learn this as a song.
Is
Yes,
this
I will.
Lady in Red? You want me to do
Yes.
Lady in Red?
Yes.
And
It's
I'll
a
be really, really, really disappointed if Carol from the Trekkie Girls does not dress as Girardi in the red dress, because she looks like her.
I
So you
think
look-
if she doesn't do that at least one evening at the next convention, we have to.
I'll tell you what, we're gonna hold a vote on this. All in favour of that happening, raise your hand, please.
We're talking about me doing Lady in Red.
DMs.
Both. We're talking about Richard doing Lady in Red and Carol doing Girardi in the red dress.
Carol in Red.
I think that's carried unanimously. Well done. So,
Sorry,
Well, there
Carol,
you
you
go.
have no choice now.
That's what you get for missing staff meetings.
Mm.
I do like red.
okay. So, moving on.
Oh, I mean,
That's 5 votes. 6. It's blowing up, boys. We're going viral. No pressure, Carol. No pressure. 7. 8.
Maybe we can convince our friend Emma to do it as well.
9.
Oh, should we have a Girardi off?
Ooh.
Winner gets serenaded by me. I'm joking, they'll both get serenaded by me.
Right. What did you think about the scene where Sung
10.
gets Girardi and
Double
Army?
figures already. That's more than our normal weekly engagement.
Carol, I think you've not got a lot of
We only
choices.
have two,
Carol.
Ewan.
You're going to have to wear this red dress. There's no.
Is Vicky giving us a stop, or is that a hands up?
I think that's.
I'm going
I
to
think
take that
that's
as a
hands
hands
up.
up.
I'm taking that as a hands up.
Vote number 11.
I'll tell you what,
Or possibly a high five.
dear Trekkie girls. I know the Trekkie girls watch this show afterwards in the week. Dear Trekkie girls, I'll make a deal with you. If you wear a red dress, I will get James to wear a red dress as well.
What do you mean you'll get me to wear a red dress? You can wear the red dress. If you wear a red dress, I'll wear a red dress. There you go.
All right, deal.
We've already done red dresses. You know that.
Right, well, I'm going to go with if the Trekkie girls are wearing a red dress and Richard sings, then if James wears a red dress, Dan has to sing.
Oh, God, it's getting dangerously close to the War Crimes Tribunal again, isn't it?
Sorry, we seem to have lost Dan.
He's like my original.
And when I say dancing with me cheek to cheek, then yeah.
Right, so later on this episode, the Borg Queen gets herself the beginning of an assimilated army. We have been told in the previous episode by Seven.
Something's just occurred to me. It's too obvious that Girardi is the Borg Queen. Maybe it's Corey, the daughter of Adam Sung.
Maybe. Right.
Oh, that's left field, isn't it?
Let's have a look at this.
That's
So,
way out there.
we were told by Seven that the primitive nanobots that the Queen was able to make at this point, given the technology, would result in
Here they are.
some
Imperfect metals will
James,
create
stop fingering your
imperfect
pussies.
assimilations or something, wasn't it?
imperfect metals produce imperfect assimilations. So we might see some very bizarre.
Mark, I'm loving that idea.
Oh, God.
Everyone in a Girardi red dress one night.
I literally would not know where to start.
I would. Reddresses.com.
I'm joking. I'd start with Carol. Of course I would.
Oh, I think we've got a visit to the charity shop in our future, haven't we?
We've got several visits.
James, you can't just give me away to charity.
I tried to give my kids to children in need. They said that's not how it works.
Oh, well.
Anyway, back to Picard.
Picard.
1 minute to 10.
So, yes, it seemed a bit of a filler episode, if I'm honest.
Right, well, I'm only going to get 11 out of 10 this week. Then.
It's time to do our scores. So, Richard, scores out of 10 on this week's episode, please.
7.
Carl.
6.
James.
11.
Out of 10, please.
11.
Your vote is not void.
James's knob goes to 11.
It doesn't. If you've ever worked with something called MPS, you'll know that 11 is the same as a 0. So we'll go with that as a 0. I'm going to give it a 7 as well. What was your scores? Put it in the comments. Let's have a look. So Gary says he's going to give it a 7. Christoph says a 6, but a 9 for that final minute where she starts assimilating. Okay.
You can't give it
too sure in that last moment. I wasn't too sure about the circuit board on the guy's cheek.
Yeah, you can't give it lower than a 7 because Alison Pill did wear the red dress.
And Doc
Patrick
Martin.
Stewart appeared. It's worth 10 out of 10 just for that.
It was good. I think we're all having the same issue. The first couple of episodes
were amazing. They were
it
very
just set
good.
the bar so high, didn't it? That was the issue.
They peaked too early by the look of it.
I mean, let's just put Alison Pill back up on the screen because we can.
Can we have one where she doesn't look like the weird alien from Alien Resurrection?
Yeah, go back to the previous slide. There we go.
Ooh.
She looks like she's going to do a dance number as she comes down the stairs, doesn't it?
Yeah,
well, let me take down the stairs.
Dancing for me.
I was just thinking of the Indiana Jones intro.
Anything goes.
Well,
James,
let's hear that sung properly.
So, how many more episodes? Carl, none of this. How many more episodes do we have in Picard season 1? Season 2?
2.
Hey, but
and then after that, we got Strange New Worlds.
That we then get Strange New Worlds.
Strange New Worlds. Well, we get it when Paramount Plus get them act together and get some European servers that work.
Well, no, we'll just fly over to the States as usual to watch it.
I've been so busy recently, I can't guarantee making it to the airport every week.
The more funny thing is, I know that Richard's away on holiday when Strange New Worlds drops.
Am I? Oh, well, I have to do the show from, where am I going? Antalya. Yeah, I'll do the show from Antalya. As long as I've got Wi-Fi, I'll be here.
I can't wait for you to be in a hotel with no Wi-Fi and we've all watched it and you're stuck with.
It's got Wi-Fi. It's got a lot of Russians as well. It's got
Wherever
Wi-Fi.
there is injustice, you will find
You will
it.
find me. Wherever there is suffering,
Wherever there is suffering,
I'll be there.
Can you ask all the Russians if they're planning
that was a little creepy, that bit, Richard. You might want to work on that last one.
Wherever liberty is threatened, you'll find me.
Quick, everyone, to Ukraine.
Hey, Linda. How you doing?
Evening, Linda.
Yes, but wherever there, if I am away for Strange New Worlds, don't worry. I'll go to the local airport, fly over to the States and watch it, and I'll report back for duty on a Sunday. Am I there on a Sunday?
So, how many Russian phrases do we need to get Richard to, or how many phrases do we need to get Richard to say to Russian people? While
Well, we all know Red October quite well. I'm sure we can come up with a couple.
Yeah, I mean, I need to be able to. Well, the way I look at it is this:
You say Putin is a bell end.
Richard,
Well, no.
can you please go to the bar and ask, can I have a pint for Chile, 1 pint only?
I'm not going to a Russian hotel. It's just a hotel that's occupied by 90% Russians. And the way I see it is,
Like
the
the Donbass
majority,
people.
well, the majority of Russians who are going to be there that will speak English, presumably will be educated. So I'll be able to have a discussion with them.
And there'll be at least one Trekkie Russian there that loves Chekhov. So,
oh yeah, I'll just say nuclear vessels, and we'll be well away.
You'll be well in there. You'll be
I
one of the
can't
gang.
I can't wait for you to say that and get dragged off to a little room at the airport.
After the gulag.
Well, our time is done, but I have a feeling. I mean, unless you guys have all got massive plans,
Double agent, are you?
I mean,
Thanks, Alan.
unless you guys have got massive plans, I'm happy just to sit on here and talk for another 15 minutes if you guys are. I've got nothing on, so.
Another 15 whole minutes.
Well, if you're busy, you can.
I can
Apparently
do
that was
but I've
the
got to wee
translation
first.
you were after, James. So Putin is a bell end. Roughly translated is that.
Now, how do you pronounce that, Alan?
I believe it's called Sign Like a Staple, YNT, weird backwards NH, all in capitals.
Is that the number 3 at the beginning of that?
I think we should all have a go at pronouncing that in a Russian accent. So we'll go with Richard first. Go on. Let's see.
One ping only.
Mason, let's have your Russian interpretation of that.
No по-русски?
Немного.
Gentlemen, we sail into history.
On the top.
Before we set sail, I sent a letter to Admiral Padorin saying our intention to defect.
In which I announced our intentions to defect.
Oh. You fool, you've killed us all. It's in the entire Red Fleet after us.
Have you guys ever sat through, non-Trek, like what you've been watching Trek, but have you guys ever sat through and watched, it was a German film, it was about 6 hours long, 2-part TV called Das Boot. You watched Das Boot, the boat?
I haven't watched it, no.
Oh, if you like your
Nothing like a
submarine,
low low.
brilliant.
No one goes, bring around the little submarine.
No one does that, no.
But they do have the little tank.
Clarence, put up the periscope.
Tell you what, if we're, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of Let's Talk Trek. We're now just going to talk random movies we've seen. So if you
Are we officially on Let's Talk Trek Noir?
If you only watch this show for Star Trek,
we're past the threshold. Right.
Are we on Let's Talk Trek Noir?
We're going to just talk random movies that I've been watching now. So, and the other guys have been watching. Right, guys, on Netflix this week, I managed to catch hold and watch while in work. Thank you very much to my day job Vodafone for paying me to watch films. I managed to watch Executive Order.
Is that like Executive Decision? With
It is like Executive Decision, yeah. It's got the same film.
We got Kurt Russell in it.
Yeah.
And Steven Seagal dies.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
I struggle to comprehend that film.
Yeah.
Steven Seagal's character dies.
Yeah.
It's only got me looking on Netflix for Air Force One, which isn't on there.
Air Force One's a good film. So is Executive Decision. Yeah, they're all good. If we're talking about stuff that we've been watching that is not Trek, that's in the sci-fi genre, has anyone seen the Halo season?
No, I believe it's.
I've never played the game.
I know Halo. It's the only game I've ever finished.
Hang on, Mason. Where have you gone? You just invited us to carry on chatting, and you've done one. What's going on?
I think he's going to go and have a number 2. But yeah, it's Halo's the TV series. It's quite similar to Resident Evil. So I've never played the Resident Evil games. I love the Resident Evil films because they're so bad they're good. You know, they really are superb. And
Gary, I just need to check. Are you agreeing with Richard there, or is this another vote for Carol in the red dress? Because if it is, we've hit 12, and that's definitely above our average engagement for the week.
Yes,
So,
Halo's
Sorry,
really
I
good.
had to go and do what is commonly referred to as break the seal. So.
Yes, the Halo series is great. That's well worth a watch.
I was going to watch The Batman last night, but it turned out
you watched it?
wrong. So, no, the present Mrs. Dillon said I wasn't allowed to watch it because she wouldn't be able to stay awake. So
has
what we
anyone
did
else
was
other
we
than me
watched
watched
Dead on
the
Trial, and she fell
Batman
asleep
yet?
in that instead.
Has anyone watched the Batman apart from me?
I haven't as yet.
Where am I going to find 3 spare hours?
Okay, here's my advice: don't.
So I'm just looking at what Netflix is, because you know how Netflix's algorithm is really good. It works on what you've watched and it says like this is something you'll probably enjoy, and gives you like quite good suggestions. So
I remember very originally when Discovery came out, the night it first aired in the UK, I got home, turned Netflix on, and it was just sat there waiting for me to press play.
So Netflix at the moment, in my queue of things, it is suggesting I watch is Black Hawk Down, good film. Saving Private Ryan, good film.
Not seen it.
So you like where all the Americans get killed, do you?
Not seen Saving Private Ryan. No, not seen.
Gladiator.
Oh, that's a brilliant film.
Rush, which was the racing film, that was good.
That's James Hunt.
Clear and Present Danger.
Good film.
Yes.
Yeah.
Argo, that was all right.
Argo's brilliant. I love Argo.
Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. Last Samurai.
Last Samurai is actually it's very underrated. That's a good film.
Not seen that one myself.
Captain Phillips.
Yeah.
I am the captain now.
Let's have a look what else it's suggesting for me. Scrolling through. Troy, Green Mile.
No, that's a bit tedious, Troy.
Yeah, Troy's tedious. Green Mile's a bit tedious as well.
LA Confidential. V for Vendetta.
V for Vendetta goes on forever. It's better to read the original graphic novel.
Yeah. A Beautiful Mind. That's not a bad film. Highwaymen. That's the
Again, a bit soft. A bit.
Jarhead.
That's good. That's really good. That's worth a watch.
Yeah.
Why not
Jeremy-
watch Devil's Dare? Just go straight to the best film ever made.
The Irishman, but I've not got 15 hours of my life to commit
That
to
was
it.
a bit. That was a bit disappointing. It was good, but it was a bit disappointing.
Yeah. 8 Mile. I've not watched that for ages. Maybe I'll rewatch 8 Mile.
Guys, have any of you clicked the link that Carol's just sent us?
No, hang on.
Is it Carol in a red dress? If it is,
No, it's not. It's brilliant, though.
Carol fixed the Batman.
Would you like me to put it on screen?
are we going to get? Well, we might get taken off the air anyway. Putting up the trailer.
No, it's not. It's not. Trust me, it's not official.
Roll BT.
Hang on, let me find.
Roll
the
BT
right
share
button.
sound.
Let me find the right button so I can share it with sound. There we go. Let's see
Boys,
if
I'd
this
like to point
works.
out, this is why I'm not allowed to drink.
We can rebuild.
I don't know where the sound's gone. There we go.
I swear by heaven, I'll kill you all. It all adds up to a sinister riddle.
Hello, Batman speaking.
What kind of creature would gobble up a bird at a tree?
The Penguin.
How come Batman doesn't dance anymore? You grace us with your presence.
The whole world in our sight. Prepare Batcopter for immediate takeoff.
To the Batmobile.
Oh, brilliant!
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Just when you thought it wasn't possible to fall in love with Carol from the Trekkie Girls anymore.
Everybody
Thank you,
knows
Karen.
Adam West was the
Brilliant!
best. I'm none.
Right, I've got to sign off, guys. It's past my bedtime. But look after yourselves and each other.
Boy.
Bye.
So, welcome to the Let's Talk Trek film review. Without Richard, because he's not here. So, we're going to review random films.
Are we?
Apparently so. People are saying goodnight, so maybe not.
I think he was saying goodnight to Richard.
No.
It depends how long you want this to go on for, Dan.
Is that an instant improvement that Richard's gone? Is that what's being said there? What?
No.
I think that's what it means.
Oh.
Hey!
Oh.
All in favour that it's an instant improvement now Richard's gone, please wave your hand. Come on, Cat. Don't let me down.
Surely it's never going to top Carol in a red dress, 12 hands in the air.
We've only got 10 viewers, so maybe not.
And 4 of them are us.
I think it's safe to say that that's our limit for the evening, isn't it?
More or less.
Yeah.
I think I've got to go and read 1,200 pages of medical notes.
By when?
Well, I'm in court on Tuesday, so I better read them before then.
James, you're a
Yeah,
coroner.
probably
the end
right,
result is the end result is always death. So what's the issue?
Well, it's very much more about how we arrive at that point than.
I was gonna say, surely James's job is more about how and why.
Oh, okay. So James's job is about the journey, not the destination.
to the journey. See what I did there?
Wow.
Right, I'm calling it.
Right, that's enough of that. Good night.
Au revoir.
Been a pleasure, folks. We shall sign off now. Tatty bye.